This week, Coachella Valley businesses took another hit because of the pandemic. The 2021 American Express PGA Tournament will be played in La Quinta in January, but without spectators. I spoke with La Quinta Mayor Linda Evans about this and other issues affecting the city. Linda, it's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Peter.
The American Express Golf Tournament will now be played without fans in January. So what's your reaction when you found out this news?
Well, I'm on the Phil Mickelson Foundation board for our local event here and supporting the charities. So I was aware that there were several contemplations being analyzed in terms of scenarios of what this was months ago of what possibly the format would look like. And as the PGA Tour started to roll out tournaments and clearly were with no fans, we knew that as the pandemic continued would likely fall into place there. So it wasn't a surprise. It's of course a little bit disappointing for the community, but it wasn't a surprise, and it's for the health and safety of both the players and the attendees.
And this is just the latest in a series of events that have been canceled in the Valley, including the Palm Springs Film Festival. All of this, of course, affects revenue for the city of La Quinta, but where does the city stand now financially, and how do all of these cancellations affect that?
We had talked earlier on a previous interview about our financial position, and while we managed to pass a balanced budget, we did utilize some of the reserves. We have strong reserves in La Quinta, we're fortunate for that conservative outlook over the years of making sure we save for that rainy day. And the projections for revenue were very conservative. I think that knowing that these events may continue through the entire year of 2021 is a bit concerning, and we revisit that on a monthly basis. If the festivals get pushed to October, that would be great. We knew they weren't going to happen likely in 2020, but we anticipated them in the spring of 21. So that'll be a component that we'll need to adjust. Hotel revenue is still down. Sales tax is actually doing fairly well, and we haven't seen a significant loss. We're recovering from that short period of time of shutdown.
It's been about 6 months since the CARES Act was passed. How beneficial was it for La Quinta, and is a second stimulus bill needed at this point for the city to go forward?
The cities in the Coachella Valley and really throughout the state of California, I've been sitting on a mayor's coalition Zoom calls on a weekly basis, and it really stemmed from a story that was promoted by Mayor Jeff Kors in Palm Springs regarding our minimal share of CARES Act funding that we received in smaller cities compared to the big cities. City of La Quinta received about $500,000. Some of that went towards our small business relief program, in addition to the money we allocated, and some of that went towards safe guidelines and protocols and enhancements to our city hall and other facilities. We're not going to say it's not helpful. We don't believe that it's enough, especially if this pandemic endures, because we need to continue to help our residents and our businesses. So, hopefully there'll be a stimulus package, but we're advocating on a county level, on a state level, and on a national level with a national coalition of mayors to make sure that the small cities are included, because right now it's 500,000 population or more that are benefiting from the big dollars of the CARES Act and the federal stimulus packages. It's not fair.
Discussed at the last city council meeting was a study session on short-term vacation rentals. Tell us what was presented, and do you anticipate the city taking more action on this in the near future?
I would first encourage anybody to go to last night's agenda under the study session item and review the staff report that was presented last night. In addition to current data regarding the number of permits out there, the number of citations, where the permits are located in terms of PGA West or the Cove or North La Quinta, to add to the enforcement and regulations of short-term rentals. And our ad hoc committee will be presenting recommendations at the December meeting to City Council for our consideration. That will not be a decision night, just like last night's was a study session, not a decision night. We will then take additional input from residents and short-term rental owners before any changes, modifications, extended moratoriums, any of those things are decided.
All right, Linda, it's great to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us.
Always, Peter. Thanks so much.